Lebanese Civil War 1975 to 1990. The Lebanese Civil War, a brutal and protracted conflict that ravaged Lebanon from 1975 to 1990, stands as a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of sectarianism, political instability, and foreign intervention. This devastating war transformed a once prosperous nation, often referred to as the Switzerland of the Middle East, into a battleground for various factions, each vying for power and control. This blog post aims to provide an overview of the Lebanese Civil War, exploring its complex causes, key events, major players, international involvement, and its lasting impact on Lebanon and the broader region. Causes of the conflict. The Lebanese Civil War was not a simple, isolated event, but rather the culmination of deep-seated tensions and unresolved issues. Sectarianism. Lebanon's confessional political system, which allocated power based on religious affiliation, Maronite Christian, Sunni Muslim, Shia Muslim, etc., created inherent inequalities and grievances. This system led to power struggles and resentment among different religious groups. Palestinian presence. The influx of Palestinian refugees following the creation of Israel in 1948, and the subsequent rise of Palestinian militant groups within Lebanon strained the country's resources and further destabilized the political landscape. The presence of the Palestine Liberation Organization PLO and its armed activities provoked clashes with Israeli forces and fueled internal divisions. Political instability, a weak central government, and a history of political manipulation by external actors made Lebanon vulnerable to internal conflict. The state's inability to address socioeconomic disparities and provide basic services further exacerbated tensions. Foreign interference. Regional powers, including Syria, Israel, and various Arab states, played a significant role in exacerbating the conflict by supporting different factions and pursuing their own strategic interests within Lebanon. This external interference complicated the conflict and prolonged its duration. Key events and timeline. The Lebanese Civil War unfolded through a series of violent events and shifting alliances. 1975, the war erupted with the bus stop massacre, where Christian militiamen ambushed a bus carrying Palestinian civilians. This act ignited widespread violence and marked the beginning of the Civil War. 1976. Syrian intervention began, initially aimed at mediating the conflict but later evolving into a prolonged occupation. The Syrian army's presence further complicated the dynamics of the war. 1978 and 1982. Israel launched major military operations into Lebanon, Operation Litani in 1978. And Operation Peace for Galilee in 1982, targeting PLO bases. The 1982 invasion led to the siege of Beirut and the expulsion of the PLO from Lebanon, 1983. The Beirut barracks bombing killed hundreds of US and French peacekeepers, leading to the withdrawal of the multinational force. This event highlighted the vulnerability of foreign forces in Lebanon and the complexity of the conflict. 1985 to 1990. The war continued with intense fighting between various factions, including Christian militias, Shia groups like Hezbollah, and remnants of the PLO. The War of the Camps saw fierce battles between Palestinian refugees and the Amalek movement. 1989, the Taif Agreement was signed in Saudi Arabia, outlining a framework for ending the war and reforming Lebanon's political system. This agreement redistributed power among different religious groups and paved the way for a ceasefire at 1990. Syrian forces launched a final offensive to disarm General Michel Aoun, the leader of a breakaway Christian government, effectively ending the major fighting. Major factions and players. The Lebanese Civil War involved a complex web of armed groups and political factions. Maronite Christian militias. The Lebanese forces LF, an umbrella group of various Christian militias, aimed to protect the Christian community and maintain its political dominance. Key leaders included Bashir, Jamia, and Samir. Palestinian groups. The Palestine Liberation Organization PLO, led by Yasser Arafat, used Lebanon as a base for its operations against Israel. The PLO's presence and activities significantly impacted the course of the war. Shia Muslim groups Amal movement, initially a moderate Shia group, later engaged in fierce battles with other factions. Hezbollah, a Shia Islamist group, emerged as a powerful force with support from Iran. Druze militias. The Progressive Socialist Party PSP, led by Walid Jumblat, represented the Druze community and played a significant role in the conflict. Sunni Muslim groups. Various Sunni Muslim militias participated in the war, often aligned with other factions based on shifting alliances. International involvement. The Lebanese Civil War drew in numerous international actors, each with their own agendas. Syria. Syria's military intervention in 1976 significantly altered the course of the war. Syrian forces remained in Lebanon for nearly 30 years, exerting considerable influence over the country's political affairs. Israel's military operations in Lebanon aimed to weaken the PLO and secure its northern border. Israel's involvement further destabilized the country and contributed to the cycle of violence. United States and France. The US and France deployed peacekeeping forces to Lebanon in the early 1980s as part of a multinational force. However, the Beirut barracks bombing led to their withdrawal. Iran supported Hezbollah, providing financial and military assistance. Hezbollah's growing strength and influence became a major factor in Lebanese politics. Arab states, Saudi Arabia and other Arab states attempted to mediate the conflict and broker peace agreements, such as the Taif Agreement. Impact and legacy. The Lebanese Civil War had a profound and lasting impact on Lebanon. Human cost. The war resulted in an estimated 120,000 deaths and hundreds of thousands of injuries. Countless civilians were displaced, and the country's infrastructure was severely damaged. Economic devastation. The war crippled Lebanon's economy, destroying businesses, infrastructure, and vital industries. The country's once thriving tourism sector was decimated. Political fragmentation. The war deepened sectarian divisions and weakened the central government. The confessional system, while reformed by the Taif Agreement, continues to be a source of political tension. Social scars. The war left deep psychological scars on Lebanese society. The legacy of violence, displacement, and loss continues to affect individuals and communities. Regional implications. The Lebanese Civil War had significant regional implications, contributing to instability and conflict in the Middle East. The rise of Hezbollah and the ongoing Israeli-Lebanese conflict are direct consequences of the war. Even decades after the official end of hostilities, Lebanon still faces challenges related to political stability, economic recovery, and social healing. The war serves as a reminder of the devastating consequences of unresolved sectarian tensions and foreign interference. Conclusion. The Lebanese Civil War remains a tragic chapter in Lebanon's history. Its complex causes devastating consequences, and lasting legacy continue to shape the nation's political and social landscape. Understanding this conflict is crucial for comprehending the challenges facing Lebanon today and for preventing similar tragedies in the future. The path to reconciliation and lasting peace requires addressing the root causes of the conflict, promoting national unity, and fostering a culture of tolerance and understanding.